This conference will now be recorded.
Yes. If somebody, when I usually when I start the class, not if I'm not doing the recording, so please remind me to record the class so I'll record. Okay. So the recording classes will be sharing to you once the class is once the class is over. Okay. Now. So the effective cybersecurity means successful in order to protect from your organization. So what are the people? So what is the role played by the people? So what is the role played by the people? Okay. Now, what should so people in an organization, the people who is working in an organization, they should understand the data security first. They should understand the importance of data. Okay, so what they have to do? So in order to protect the data, they should not. They have to understand the data security means they should not share any of the company's data. Do not share any company's information to the outside world. Means if there was, let's say, the company have a the company have the files important files. Let's say if the employee is working as a HR department. Okay, so this company guy is working as a HR department, and the HR people have all the employees information. Let's say if the 100 employees is working in an organization, so these employees information, like what is their CTC and how much they are gaining every month, and what is their details, like their biodata, everything will be there with them. And along with that, the insurance related things, and what insurance they are available. So like that, they will be having a lot of information about the employees. So if this information should go out of the net, out of their the company, so it was a risk. It should not go out of the network. Okay. And the same time, the HR, this is the one case. Another case, so they should not, the employees should not connect any of the USBs, I mean, so pen drives or any other external storage devices. They should not connect because maybe the USBs are infected USBs. USBs having the virus or something malware. The malware USBs are connected to your company's network, companies, companies, laptops or desktop. So what happens? Your PCs also get infected with malware, and that infection will further spreading into other computers. Okay, that may cause a damage to your network. It depends on if it is having some critical kind of malware like a worm or Trojan. Okay, what it will do? So it immediately spread to all the systems and do some damage. Okay, the damage depends on the type of malware. If it is infected with Trojan, so the infection of the impact of Trojan will be different. We'll see different kinds of the virus malwares. We have different set of malwares are there. We'll discuss what they are gonna do if the system is infected with the malware, different kinds of malware. So if it is infected with the Trojan horse, what it is gonna do, we'll discuss later part. Okay, but now you just understand it is a malware. If it is infected with the malware, the system is infected with the malware means, so automatically, okay, there will be the infection will be spread over your network, and there will be some damage. The damage might be your system, your production in the sense the company is working, the people are working means they'll be working 8 hours or something. If it is affected with a worm malware, so all the systems will go down. I mean, it will be a very slow network, will be a very slow. And whatever the 8 hours of work, if there was some function they wanted to complete, if they wanted to complete a one work within a 1 hour, so they cannot be able to do within a 1 hour. They'll be taking a more time because network is slow, systems are slow. So they will be taking 3 hours of time. Okay, 1 hour of work they will be doing 3 to 4 hours of time or more than that. So that will be impacting the company business. Okay, so that's a risk. And so what is another risk is this. So users should always understand the emails received by them. Whatever the emails, so they have to understand the normal emails and the phishing emails. Okay, so they are able to differentiate the normal emails versus phishing emails. So the phishing emails, that awareness, that awareness has to, people should have. So that's how the company has to train the people. Okay, the company people will be there, couple of people, they will come and they will give an awareness to the users that, hey, this is the email, phishing email looks like this. Okay, if any of the email coming from somewhere unwanted people, or there will be some symptoms are there for the phishing email, we'll discuss that. How does a phishing email looks? Okay, that awareness, how does a phishing email looks, that awareness people should have. Okay, so if they receive any email which is looks like something not, not uh, coming from the trusted people, like example, it is looks like it is coming from their manager, but when they saw the email address, so the email looks like not their manager's email ID. So there will be an example. There will be a coming from the email coming from Arjun.abc. Okay, that is the actual Arjun's name. But instead of that, there will be a slightly spelling mistakes is there. So instead of J, there will be some other similar to J. What will be there? I or something will be there. Arjun. So when you saw the email, it looks like suddenly Arjun. Another case, Microsoft. So Microsoft, it coming from the Microsoft email, but when you see the spelling, so there will be a Microsoft spelling is MICRO, Microsoft. But it was sometimes what the attacker will do, MICO or SOFT. But when people saw that, what the people think that it is a coming from the Microsoft, but when they carefully look at the spelling, so it's a MIC, not a MICRO. It is coming from MICOR, micro, MICO or SOFT. So people, when the people will not look very carefully, so that they will immediately click and open the link, so that the further damage will be. So that's the reason. So users must understand the normal mail and the phishing email. That awareness the people should have. Okay. So what are the major things that people should have? Okay. Primarily, they should understand the importance of data. Okay. So what is the importance of data? They have to understand. So what is the importance of data? So they should not share. They should not share outside your data, means a company's data, and don't connect. pen drives, USBs, or other external hard disks, external hard drives. Okay, another things, awareness, user awareness on phishing emails. Okay, they have to able to they can be able to differentiate what is the normal email and phishing email. So that awareness should have. So that is a key role. That is a key role played by cyber security, the people in a successful cyber security. So in order to protect your organization from the cyber attack, so make sure that people should understand these things. Okay. So any questions here about key role played by the people in the cyber security? Any questions here? We'll move to another concept. We'll move to another key role played by for the successful cybersecurity. Okay, next one is process. Okay, so the organization must have a process in order to face cyber attacks. Okay, let's an example. If there was one of the server, one of the server is compromised. Okay, if you don't have a cybersecurity team and if you don't have a proper process, what to do when the server is compromised? What to do? I don't know what to do. The server is compromised. I don't have a process. If I don't have a process, what to do means what happened? The server is compromised and get the information from the server, and the data will be sent to attacker server. So that is called an exfiltration, sending your data to attacker server, so that all your company's data will go to attacker server, and he stores all your data and sell it to internet. So if it is something like finance, so they have all a credit card, debit cards, and they will sell each credit card something like $100, $200, $300, like that. They will sell outside of. They will directly keep it in a. There will be a website called as a. There will be a site dark web. So they will keep all your data here, and the people will come and they will take your credit card with $100, $200. So that happens. Okay, if you have the proper process, you have your proper process with you and your company following a proper process. So in order to face this kind of attack, so what you have to do? So you have to ready with the process. So what is the process? Okay, if this server is compromised, so I have a plan called as incident response. I'm responding to. How do I respond? So it tells the incident response plan will give. So how do I act if there was any of the server is compromised? So what my actions? Okay. So what I'm going to do if the server is compromised? So first of all, I should disconnect the system from the server. Okay. Why? Because why I need to disconnect the server? So this is the virus, or this is a malware. So malware is always spreading to other systems. Okay, if the server is infected, then this infection will further move to other system. We just don't stop here itself. It will keep on reaching to all the critical servers. Okay, so that's a malware. Okay. Uh, okay. Yeah, somewhere we are missing. Okay, so that's a proper process you must have. So in order to protect from cyber attack. So make sure, so if the successful cybersecurity program has, the process should be another key role for any of the organization. Okay, so if you have the proper process in your hand, so if there is an attack, if there was a server attack, so what I will do, so I will do immediately disconnecting of system, and further what I'm gonna do, so that proper plan I have, so immediately disconnect the system, and after disconnecting the system, I will take the disconnected system, disconnected server, and I'll remove all malwares in the system. Okay, I'll completely remove if the whatever the virus everything is there, I will remove everything, and then I'll keep it back to production. Okay, that we have, we will discuss. We have there was an incident response plan is another concept which deals completely how to handle if there was any of the attack. So what was the process followed by any of the organization if any of the if there is any of the attack is happening. Okay, so this is a that's about a process. So people is over, process is over, technology. Another one is technology. Okay. So what do you mean by the technology? So we already discussed. So the technology is keeping a multiple security solutions. So multiple security solutions in our organization, So let's say your company. So this is your company. So you're placing your firewall here in the border of internet. Means so this is always watching your who is coming, who is going, and after that there will be a IPS. So that it is looking at some IP level traffic, and this is looking at in payload of the data, payload of the packet. Okay, this is another layer, and again the proxy will be there. Okay, and again user mission are there. User mission is there. Okay, so in order, if you want to connect internet, user want to connect internet, or internet people want to reach your system, so they have to go the multiple security solutions. So these security solutions will verify the packet, and then will reach to the user. Like if you want to go, the big shot people like MPs or CM or this kind of people, so you have to go to the multiple security persons. So the people from if you want to meet CM, so first the people from the their office, the CM office, camp office. So first the security people will check you, and then after that entrance of the people, somewhere some other people will be they will perform some checking, and then other people will perform some checking, then only will be reaching to the CM. The same way here, if any of the person from the outside people want to reach the user, okay, make sure they have to reach these many security solutions. Why? The security solution will see what is this. They will investigate from the packet level, the data level. So they look at and see, and if it is a fine, then only will allow to reach the user mission. Okay, in the same way, user also will want to reach here, so probably it will be going to multiple security checks. Okay, that is a technology. So you have to keep, if you don't have these technologies, if you're running a company, and if you don't have firewall, if you don't have these kinds of security solutions, so then it's there is no security now. You don't have a security. Just imagine that if you have the CM is there, if the CM doesn't have any of the security people, security guards, and in front of their office, and entrance of office, or while coming into office, if they don't have any security, just imagine what is going to happen. So how much risk this CM have? Definitely there will be a threat, is that because he's a big guy, because he is a CM, he is a big person. He will be leading the entire state. He will be what we call, he will be completely leading the state. And the same way here, if you're finance sector, you are a bank, you're running a bank, and if you're server having all the credit card, debit card information, if you don't have the firewalls and BS ideas, it's useless. Anybody can come on, anybody who have certain skills, the basic security skills, they can penetrate, and they can easily enter into your server, and they can stolen your info, they can steal your information. Got it? So that is an importance of technology. So the technology involves a multiple security, keeping a multiple securities in multiple layers of a network. Okay, that's a these are the three key technologies, three key things plays a major role for a effective cybersecurity or successful cybersecurity. So if you want to protect from attacks, so these three things plays a major role. They always what we can interrelated each other. So they are complement to each other. So it should be. So if you have the technology in place, if you have the firewalls, IDS, and the attacker send the phishing email, and user doesn't aware of the phishing email, just imagine. So the user doesn't know what is the phishing email and the normal mail difference. You just click the link and open the attachment. What happens? So there is no use if you are keeping a multiple security solutions. So that's how a user downloads the file automatically. So the search system will be compromised. Okay, so that's the reason these three should always complement. All three should complement each other. Okay, if three are not not complement each other, so there is no use. If you are user is well aware of security, phishing emails, he is able to detect everything, he is know everything about the data security, and he is aware of normal mail and phishing email. If you don't have a proper security controllers, firewalls, IPS, so still there is a risk. Okay, and if you have the users aware of the phishing, and if you have a proper security controllers, but still the very skilled attacker will bypass all your security controllers and enter into your server and compromises device. And if you don't have a proper process in your hand, so you don't know the server is compromised, you don't know what to do. So that's the reason these three are, make sure these three are complement each other. If three are successful, then you will be given to your client or customer or any of the organization for the, you'll be giving an effective cyber security. You are protecting effectively from a cyber attack. But still, yeah. So that's a three things plays a major role. Okay. So any question here? If you don't have a question, we'll move to another concept. Yes. Hopefully you don't have any questions, right? Okay. What kind of hackers we have? So we are seeing different kinds of hackers. Okay. So I am also belongs to a hacker, but I'm different type of a hacker. Okay. So we'll see the different types of hackers. Types of hackers. First one is black hat hacker. Another kind of hacker is white hat hackers. Another kind of people are gray hat hackers. Another script kiddies activist. Okay, so these are the types of hackers, and depends on the types of hackers has been divided by how these kinds of hackers. So based on what? Okay, so based on their motive, based on what they wanted to. Okay, some people want to do bad, some people is doing testing, some people is doing some other intentions. So that based on the intention, these are they are divided into this many types of hackers. So now, what is the black hat? This guy, his intention is always a negative intention. Negative intention in the sense, so he always do some bad to the organization. Bad in the sense, so what he will do, so here is a network, any of the company network. So his focus is always steal the information. Okay, that that whatever the stolen information will be keeping it in outside internet and getting the money. Okay, or he will compromise the complete server. So there will be a server is there is an example. Here is a network. There will be a server. Server is there. He will completely encrypt those servers information. There will be a lots of data will be there. So all the data he will encrypt. Encrypt is just think in such a way that encrypt means all the data, whatever the data, he will encrypt in the sense. So he will keep just now just assume like uh, it should be accessible by only this person. Okay, encryption is actually a different meaning, but right now just assume that. Okay, hacker is the encryption. So he will perform an encryption, the complete data encryption. Okay. So the complete data encryption he will do means he only can access this data with a decryption key. So he have the decryption key. With the decryption key, only he can access this sensitive this server information. So the company people cannot access now. Okay, because it is a completely encrypted. Encrypted in the sense you should have the decryption key to open this file. Who have that file decryption key, that have that decryption key, so he only can able to open this. Okay, just imagine that, if you close your room with your lock and you have the lock, and without a lock, without using the lock, if somebody is trying to use some other lock, they cannot open, right? So you only have the lock, I mean you have the key, with the help of your key only you can able to open your room or your, you know, if you have the what is it, bureau or something. So another locker. So with the key only you can, with whatever the key you have, with that key only you can open. You cannot use another key and you cannot open. Right? The same way, the attacker will encrypt all the data. Okay, so he have the decryption key. He only can open. So what he will do is he will encrypt the complete information and he will tell to the people, company people, I have encrypted all your data, and if you want to, if you want to get your data back again, so make sure you have to pay some amount of money, so that I will give you the decryption key, so that you can able to open or you can able to access your data. So that's how he will be getting a money. Extortion, it's called as an extorting a money from users, company users. Okay, the company people will pay the money, and there is no guarantee that he will be whatever the key he is giving, so that will be open or that may not be open. Okay, so there is a higher chances that it will not open. So most of the cases, whatever we have seen, whatever the real time scenarios, so it doesn't work. Okay, so there is a 50-50 chances. Okay, so that is the black hat hack. So his intention is always stolen information and sell it out to the people, outside people, and extorting a money from users, or that's what their, this is always their intention is always something bad. Okay, another one, white hat hackers. Okay, so what is the white hat hackers? Now I belongs to white hat hacker. Just a moment. So we have another called as a white hat hackers. So I am belongs to white hat group. So because what I am doing is, so another kind of pen testers. So pen testers is another example of white hat hackers. I am also belongs to white hat hackers. So what the white hat hackers will do is, so they will always try to search in your systems in your organization. So they will be searching in your system. So is there any vulnerabilities is present in your systems? And they can act as outsiders, and they will try to enter you into your organization. Okay, that is authorized activity. Okay, the outside. This is a network. So this is the network, and the pen testers or white attackers, they will try to enter your network, and they will try to reach out to your system and see how the firewalls are working. Okay, how the firewalls are behaving, whether the firewall is really blocking my activity. Okay, so he act as a negative person, I mean a black hat hacker, and he will be trying to reach you. Okay, and what the firewall is doing, what the IPS is doing, what other security controllers, how they are functioning. It's a testing how these devices are acting, how this device, whether these devices is really able to detect or not. It's a kind of drill. We all know that. What is a drill? So what do you mean by the drill? So police used to perform, or military people used to perform the drill. So anybody aware what is a drill? What do you mean by drill?
To prove their strength and showcase their strength.
Yeah. So showcasing in the sense it's okay, but we can say in other words, so you're preparing for an attack. So now, so the people, couple of people, let's say military is doing a drill. So that means that they are preparing. So like a few people will be acting as a terrorist group, and so if those people will come, how do we defend ourselves? Let's say if they are attacked, or if they are attacked the airport, suddenly the four people or five people terrorists come to airport. So what was how do you react? So what are the security? How do you protect the people? I mean, what are the people that are there in a airport, and how do you do? So it's just a simple preparation. So how do you protect? So couple of people will act as a terrorist, so that you will face, how do you gonna face them? So that will be the drill. Okay, so you will be preparing. So same way here, it's a kind of drill. So you are the company guy, and you will be seeing that. So how can you will be acting as a security, you will be acting as a black hat, and then how how do you how you will be able to reach the end user? So what the security controllers are doing, whether they are be able to allow me or not. So that things will be testing, will be doing by the white hat hackers. They even in the security world we can call it as a penetration testing people. So they are doing a penetration of your network. Penetration means enter into your network from a acting like an outside user, and seeing how does your security controllers works, and what kind of alerts are triggering from your network, how effectively we will be stopping from these guys, from the this person. Okay, from the white attacker. So that things will be investigated here. So the banks will be when I'm working in one of the company, so that's my client is a bank. So there will be a pen testers. There will be a separate team in security itself. We have separate teams, pen testers. They will be taking a permission. The bank itself will ask them to perform a pen testing. Okay. So now they will be using a couple of IPs that too are blacklisted kind of IPs. They will be trying to enter, and they will be trying to reach your. They will be trying to enter into your servers, critical servers. So what is happening? What controllers doing? Whether they are alerting us or not? Okay, whether they are blocking or not. So this kind of information will get it from white hat. These things performed by the white hat hackers. So another one is gray hat hackers. Okay, so the gray hat hackers are, so their functionality, gray hat functionality was, so they are independent security researchers. Okay, independent means they are not working any company, or they are just doing for a fun. So what they are doing for fun, they will just search for companies, and they will, let's say if there was a HDFC company, and they have the website called HDFC website, and they try to find out is there any issues in the websites. Okay, you can able to bypass the username and password or any other web application related issues. Web application issues they have, if they have any issues in the coding and the web level, if they while developing their application, so there may be a code level, there may be some issues while developers developing a code or developing an application, there will be code level issues. Okay, they will not done properly, there will be a couple of bugs in an application. So these independent researchers, they always try to search for those vulnerabilities. So not only that, so I told you one example for that application bug issues. Like that, there will be lots of advanced, lots of vulnerabilities are there. Okay, they always looking for those. Okay, they will develop their own code and they will keep it into the HDFC or any other website and see what it is doing. My code is whether it is executing. Okay, if my code is executing means that is vulnerable, that is you can do an attack on that kind of, you can do attack in the sense you can enter into their network without giving username and password. Okay, so that kind of things will be doing by the gray hat hackers, and what they will do is they will identify the vulnerability and they will report it to the company. Let's say if I found an issue in a Swiggy or Ola or whatever. Let's say if I found a vulnerable issue in a Swiggy application, that so without paying a money, okay, without paying a money, I can able to book, right? So that kind of vulnerability they found. We have seen a lot of real instance, really. So without using 1 rupee of money, so they can be able to book and they can be able to order a food. That kind of vulnerability is found. Okay, so these people will identify these kinds of issues in the application servers or in applications, and they will report it to the company. They will report it to Swiggy. Hey Swiggy, I found this is issue. I have ordered food from your Swiggy without paying a money, and this is the proof of concept. So they will share the video how they've done it. Okay, so the Swiggy people will come and react to that. Swiggy people will give a some amount to them in terms of that is called as a bounty. So we can call those people as a bug bounty people, bug hunters, bug bounty people. So they identify some issue in the website and they will tell them to the company, so that they will give you some amount called as a bounty. In terms of they will give you the money, that is called as a bounty. So those people called as a bug bounty hunters. Okay, so here they are not doing any bad again. So they are just identifying, they are not belongs to the company, they are just an outsiders. Okay, they just identify the issues and they will be reporting to the company is paying amount to them. Okay, so that is the gray hat hackers. Okay, now we'll discuss the script kiddies in a separate concept. So just remember that the script kiddies is they will be stealing this. They will be stealing a couple of script from the open source websites. We'll discuss this separate in another. We have the separate concept, so in that we can discuss in detail about what is the script kiddies will do. Okay. Now the next one is hacktivist. So the hacktivist is like a socially motivated people. Socially motivated in the sense, like as if you went to a hospital, okay, and you saw that the hospital is taking a more money from the people. They are charging a more amount of money from the people. So what they thought that these people are charging a more amount of money, and they will be cheating the people So like that, they will be socially motivated. Okay, so what happens? These kind of people, they are skilled in a they are having the they have the hacking knowledge. With that hacking knowledge, they will be targeting this. They will be targeting now that well socially motivated guy. Now he saw all these things that the bank, sorry, hospital is cheating. Then he will target the hospital, and he will attack the hospital, and he will shut down the hospital activities. So he will shut down the hospital servers, hospital database, everything. Okay, so that's how he will find. He is not expecting a money from here, from anybody else. So his intention is not a money. His intention is not a destruction of anything. So he's not expecting anything from the hospital for money or anything. So he is a just well motivated guy, socially motivated guy. So just intention is what is intention? So you wanted to collapse the hospital network because they are doing the cheating. So other than he will not expect anything from the people. Any questions? So till now, any questions here? The types of hackers? So no questions? No questions, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool. So we will be discussing the next concept will be what are the common threats for any of the organization? What are the what cyber what the company facing a threat? Okay, so we will be discussing the next concept we will be discussing is the types of attacks. Sorry, different kinds of cyber threats we have. So what are the company majorly facing? What kind of threats they will be facing? So so the first one is this, the first threat is the malwares. This is the malware. So we have a different set of malwares. So what are those? Virus, worm, Trojans, ransomware. So we have a separate section for these. We will be explained each and every one by what is a virus, what is a worm, what is a Trojan, what is a ransomware, how does it is gonna impact your organization. Okay, so everything we have a separate session for that. And then we have the phishing. So how does the phishing, this is another major threat for most of the 70% of the organizations. So 70% of the organizations, they are compromising because of the phishing. So the initial access, any of the company, so they wanted to enter into the organization. So the attacker uses the weapon. They uses the first weapon is the phishing. So if anybody enter into your network, so anybody enter into your network, the initial access will be phishing. Phishing is the one which he uses the first initial access. If anybody wanted to enter into organization, the first technique used by an attacker is, so most of the 70% of the cases he will be using a phishing as a technology to enter into your organizations. So to enter into your company. So we just send a phishing email to the employee. So employee will click the attachment and then the malware will be downloaded into your system, and then it will move to other, then it will completely infect the system and then move to other system, then it will infect other system, then it will move like that. It will spread all over the network. It will spread all over the network, and your entire network will be your entire network will be either down, or your entire data will be go out of your network, or your entire data will be completely encrypted. It depends on. So ransomware cases, all the data will be encrypted. If it is a virus worm Trojan cases, either worm cases, it will be completely slow down of your network bandwidth. Okay, we'll see that how does impact. We have the separate classes after a networking. Okay, we will discuss about each one, each kind of malware. Okay, so these are the threats, and these are the major threats for any of the organization. So what are the common attacks? What are the common attacks faces by any organization? They will be facing regularly. They will be facing the regular attacks are DDoS. So distributed denial of service. So this is something you are stopping your, the attacker will be stopping your service, stopping let's say if you are having a one server, so the attacker intention here is to stop your server for a couple of hours. Just imagine if it is something like YouTube. We have seen YouTube a couple of days before the YouTube is completely not working. I think a few days before. So YouTube, that too in the midnight. We are not aware, but that will be US timing. So it will be a daytime. So couple of minutes or something like that, 20 minutes or something. YouTube is completely down. No one is able to access. So because of some DDoS activities, so what the attacker will do, he will stop your server for some time. Okay, just imagine if YouTube is not accessible for some time, there will be a huge loss. The same way if you are having Amazon server, so the Amazon server is completely shut down for some time, means not be able to access. So there was a huge loss for the company, because you know the importance of the Amazon will be accessed by many people. So if the down service is down means, so there was a huge loss. That's a, you can stop for some time. We'll discuss about these attacks as well later, but I'm just telling about what are the major attacks faced by any of the organization. So we already discussed phishing, and yeah, phishing we already discussed. That's the one, and we also discussed I think we don't discuss the man in the middle attack. So man in the middle attack, we will discuss this in we have the class for that. We have a separate class for all different kinds of attacks. Okay, and so web-based attacks. So we have the web-based attacks like SQL injection. Okay, cross-site scripting. Okay, like that we have top 10 vulnerabilities, top 10 web application attacks are there. Password guessing. So lots of attacks are there. We will discuss how does how does these attacks performed, what is the impact of the what is the impact of that. Okay, and so that's a basic, that's an introduction about the security. So coming to the career wise, the career in cybersecurity is a huge. So no doubt about that. So in terms of the career, you have the very good growth because so now the technology is always rapidly growing. So the devices, new devices are coming, new technologies are coming, and the IoT. So technologies are always growing. So if the technologies are always growing, in the sense you need a security for them. You have to provide a security. Different applications are coming, new applications are developing. So make sure you have to provide the security for those applications, right? So that's a if always the technology is always growing, in the sense automatically the cyber security also you have to give a proper security for them. Otherwise there will be the people is always looking on your network, and then there was a higher there was definitely there will be a threat to your network, there will be a risk is there to your network if you have if you have the latest technologies, if you have a latest different technologies, or you're coming up, IoT is a technology. So now the IoT security is coming. The cloud technologies is there, cloud technologies. So everything is moving to cloud. Azure is AWS cloud, Azure cloud, and the IBM is there. Uh, Lots of Google cloud technologies. So everybody is moving to cloud now. So obviously you need a cloud security again. So you have to protect the cloud. Again, the cloud security is there. Okay, IoT, Internet of Things is coming. Everything is connected to the internet. So you need to provide a security that is an IoT security. Like that, there was always everything. Everything there is always a security. So the jobs is always huge in a career in cybersecurity. So there is no dropping and there is no fluctuation of the jobs. So it is always growing only. It is not if the project is coming means, let's say if there was a development team, if the project is coming means, so you have a job. If once the project is over, so there is a chances that there will be, if there is no other projects for the company, so they will throw you out. Okay, but cybersecurity, so the company is giving a project to you, so they have a 2 years or 3 years of something like that. So they will be you will be giving a security for them. Okay, and as always, the projects they will go again. They will extend if you are giving a good security. They will be extend your project. Okay, so there's no that's a difference. So they always it's a growing technology. It's a growing domain. So it is all it's there in the top 5 domains. So after a cloud and artificial intelligence, machine learning. So after that the cyber security was there. Yeah, definitely there is no doubt about that. It is there was a fluctuation, the up and downs, and nothing like that. So yeah, that's about the career. And even these pandemic situations, we are still seeing a lot of opportunities from a different companies, because the cybersecurity is the only domain that people are recruiting, because so we are seeing a huge attacks from the last 6 months, not 6 months, last 5 months. From last March onwards, we are seeing lots of attacks. Okay, because the people are working in doing a work from home, and they have a proper couple of companies, they don't have a proper security measures. Okay, so that's how there was a huge attacks that happened. Okay, so that's why even the companies, let's say the banking sector, they are recruiting the people working for the bank. Security guys are working at 10 people. Now they're going for another 2-3 people extra. And I'm just talking about as an example, because so they want to extend, because the attacks are, they want to monitor your network more in depth. So that's the reason they are looking for a more people. Okay. We already studied what is the why cybersecurity, and career in terms of the career opportunities. As I already said, it is a growing technology, so you don't need to worry about it. And the certifications, we already talk about the certifications. So the certifications is the initial time certification will be an added advantage, that I have done the certification means you have recognized it from the some official uh, group. Let's say Cisco. Cisco is a part company which is recognizing you that you have a skilled on this technology. Okay, so you have to do that certification. That's how the certification will help you. Now, how the career boosters? So career boosters are like upgrading your skills, and after upgrading in the sense you have to do the couple of certification. Let's after 4 years of, let's say 2 to 3 years of experience, if you do some of the certification, that gives you a boost, means that improve your skills, and then it gives if you move to some other company, so that they will always look at this kind of certifications, all the things. The statistics, this is 2019 statistics. So, and now by the cost of cybersecurity, the attacks on especially the healthcare in the sense hospitals networks, so almost increased 400%. And then the cyber crime cost, the cost of cyber crime means the loss of whatever the, because of cyber attacks, what is the loss of company? So that has been 6 trillions annually. This is a $6 trillion annually by 2021. This is unexpected. The skill crisis. So how does the skill crisis? So there was a gap, security gap. How does the security gap? So we have too many threats, too many attacks, but few professionals. Okay. So we are seeing a lots of attacks, but so in order to defend that attacks, we have a very few. And these are the best jobs in a security world. We will be, so we were mainly into the security specialist. Our focus will be a training intention is to place you guys into your security specialist, incident responders, security analyst. Okay, these three. Okay, one security specialist, incident response, security analyst. Okay, these three we will be training to these three domains, and the security administrator as well. Okay, and vulnerability assessor is a different technology. So again, you have to learn other tools. Cryptographer, security manager is a manager level. Architect also on top of the security manager is a security architect. This is the head. He is the head of the information. These are the couple of portions in a security. Okay, forensic, they will be doing a memory forensic, that is again higher level. Okay, so these are the basic levels: security specialist, incident responders, security administrator, and security analyst. And these are the certification. This is the first very basic certification. These two are basic certifications, and this is a mid-level GIAC and OSCP, and kind of they are on high level. They are a top level. So these are the entry level. So entry level and mid level, these two. GIAC are on a like if you have a 5 years or 6 years of experience, or Or yeah, you can, even if you have a good experience and if you have a 2 3 years of good knowledge into security, and if you have a 2 3 years experience, you can write GX certification and OSCP. This is the pen testers will write, and this is the CISSP. CI, if you want to write this exam, you must have a 5 6 years of experience into, sorry, 5 years of experience into information security. Okay, and you have a experience into couple of domains. Okay, that you got to know that after you got a 5 years plus 5 plus years of experience. This is a manager level. These two are a manager level. This is auditor. Okay, first initial phases, people used to do these things, CH, and the mid-level competitor. Okay, these two are mid-level, remaining are a bit of a high level. And the top companies, so these are the top companies: Deloitte, EY, PwC in the security world, cyber security, and IBM, Accenture, and these HP, Optiv, BAE Systems. These are the top companies in the security. Okay. So that's all about today class. Hopefully, so we have completed this security classes today, and so further we will be moving to so this one we already start, we already talk about all these things. Why cybersecurity? Why we want to learn cybersecurity, and what are the key? What are the cybersecurity all about? What are the key role played by people, process, technology? We have already discussed. So the importance of cybersecurity also we have discussed, and a couple of threats, malwares, phishing, so social engineering, inside threats. We have a separate session for that. If I tell you, you cannot understand. But just remember, these are the major malwares comes under. Malware is like a virus, form, trojan, phishing, social engineering. We'll discuss about this insiders, outsiders. Okay, malwares. So what are the types of malwares? Okay, spyware, adware. These are the types of malwares. Okay, this is again the same thing is continued. Okay, so there is nothing. So we already saw this. Okay, the next class we will be discussing about the networking concepts. Okay, so we will be starting with the networking. What is the networking? What are the layers? WCA model, TCP header, IP header. We will discuss all this. Okay. If you don't have any questions, we'll wind up the session, and we'll meet you tomorrow. And the recording, you will get the recording by the end of today. By the end of today, probably we'll receive by the end of today. So no questions. So I'm assuming no question from your side. So I will share the document after a few days, after at least a week of time. I'll share the document. Okay, if you want, I will. If you wanted to know more about this, I will share the reference links. Just go through the reference links if you want more info. But the documentation, if you want, you have we will have to take for a week, because so we will complete it in one shot. Every week we will prepare a document and then we'll give it to you. Okay, and if you want to learn right away, so I will share the reference links which I used to refer. Okay, so you can refer those links and just make sure you have to understand and follow me. So whatever I'm training, so you must have to follow me regularly. Okay, don't drop any class. So follow on a regular, follow the classes, get familiar with the concepts. So just go through again website, internet, and just try to understand what's happening in the security world. Fine. Just closing the session. Okay. So if possible, just try to come with tomorrow. So what's cybersecurity? Just basic. What is the importance of cybersecurity, and what kind of malwares we have, and what kind of attacks we have. Okay. So what is a black hat? What white hat hackers? What they will do? Just go through it. Just go to the internet and see what what's happening. Will be a coding in this course? No. So there is no coding is here, and security. So you're not dealing with any security, any codings, application development, nothing. But you have to be a basic knowledge on Linux commands, and Python. If you have the Python, that will be good. If no, also no problem. It's not required to Python right now. As an initial stage, you don't need a Python. Maybe in the future, in the upcoming, if you have the 4 or 5 years of experience, so if you have the Python skills, that will be a good. Even I have the basic understanding of Python and the basic understanding of Linux. So that's enough, not required. I'll teach you the basic Linux commands. So which commands we're gonna use, and other than you don't need any other things. So Python also the same thing. You just have a basic understanding. That's it. So if you have if you have the coding skills, that will be good. That will be helpful in some way. But your day-to-day activities, it doesn't help. Cool. Okay, fine. We'll meet you tomorrow at the same time, 11:15. Okay. Thank you.